what an exciting night it is. I remember in 2008, March 13th is the date where we did feed for PNG LNG. Governor Habeta, we're not miles behind. Believe it or not, PNG LNG feed, from feed to FID, it was 16 months. 16 months. Our government's review caused just a delay by 6 months. Of the review, we were able to throw on top a better defined DMO, a better defined strategic infrastructure, including the present conversation on Kumul having access to the facility for DMO use. This is a result of government being in active pursuit to try to optimize what we can get from what was already signed. PNG LNG, thank you. PNG LNG had from feed to FID, it was a 16-month process. Papua LNG, once we signed, I just want to use this Papua LNG as a benchmark to all investors out there. Papua New Guinea is a safe place for investment. Government can go, but project that is legitimately signed, anchored in law, stands the test of time. This is the proud history of my country. Let no one tell you we're not a good investment destination. When ExxonMobil arrived in 2008, or more so, when we put ink to paper for feed, later gas agreement on the 22nd of May 2008, I was a young minister back then with a lot of hair, and all hairs were gray, hairs everywhere were gray. Now everywhere, not gray, black, rather, now everywhere is getting gray. We signed PNG LNG project at the backdrop of many negativities, a complicated project that embraced almost 1/4 of this country's diversity, from the uplands right down to the lowlands, 5 provinces, over 60,000 landowners of different clans. Yet this project, $19 billion project, on time, within budget, technology applied through the feed that was agreed upon, stood the greatest test of time of 7.5 massive earthquake, epicenter close by to where the project key infrastructure was. This is a testament to what Papua New Guinea can deliver to world-class projects. So to the pessimists in Papua New Guinea and to those who hold Papua New Guinea with negativity, let me tell you, you're out of place. We are a country that has ability to deliver on our commitments to world-class project. 2008, Minister Duma delivered PNG LNG project at the backdrop of a global financial crisis. ExxonMobil had hope and faith in our country. They stepped in. World's leading oil company. Today, Total, world's leading LNG company. After penning ink to paper on April 10th, 2019, we now, in 2023, arrived at a key milestone, a feed stage. And this morning I had the pleasure of being presented with our senior team a report from Total. And the report was good. They embraced all conversations contemporary to Papua LNG and LNG businesses in our country. And I just want to step back and appreciate, before I expound on what we discussed this morning, I just want to appreciate Total Energies and the partners on the table. Thank you very much for being sensitive to the need to attune our business culture to the way we envision modern PNG LNG harvest or construction harvest must be going forward. Total Energies, thank you very much. And I want to report to my country. This morning's presentation by Total to me and the senior national team, leadership team, was from FEED to FID will be much shorter than the 16-month period we had in PNG LNG. It's envisaged or forecasted that hopefully by the end of this year, if not early next year, they will announce for us that the project is now coming to a stage of the final investment decision being locked in. So it is much shorter than the 16 months that we had with PNG LNG. They also made indication that the pipeline is a strategic pipeline, strategic asset, meaning the size is right for Kumul or for MRDC or any other third parties going forward to utilize the infrastructure subject to space availability for infusement of additional load of gas into it if we have to mobilize, what something Governor Habitat is always has indicated a little bit and made mention. They also indicated to us that they will maximize local content. They also indicated to us that they will support Kumul's push for a possible 7th train to be associated with the same facility at Papua Lea. And I also should add that in the T-joint, there should be also look at and offtake utilizing our domestic market gas spaces. For if state and Kumul and MRDC and provincial government want to look at possibly a setup in and along the Gulf area, then that possibility too is also there. And I just want to appreciate Total for bringing to us a versatile plan without compromising the integrity of the project to run its course. They have enough versatility in what they've engineered to ensure we can able to infuse offtake, especially gas that are designated for domestic market use. I just want to also announce Total's indication, and ExxonMobil has also indicated, to partner Kumul and MRDC for us to pursue the cost for us having downstream processing of gas or stripped gas products for other petrochemical products in our country. And my earliest concern or first or biggest concern is for the need of us having energy security, and for the medium term to long term, green light is given for us to the space, and we have secured 5% space in Papua LNG for domestic market gas that we want to pursue processing for petrochemical products in our country, including petrol, diesel, jet fuels. This is the intention of our government going forward. They have given a positive look into this proposal. I just want to appreciate them also. Our immediate need in as far as the unnecessary fiasco, that is not, by the way, caused by forex supply. Forex, we have enough forex in a central bank. This unnecessary fiasco is caused by a central bank in the monetary policy. Let me place it on record for those who need to know. The forex level in our country is the highest ever, 13 billion kina. That's just that fiscal policy and monetary policy operates arm's length. Government has no everyday control over central bank, and we have asked them, as we work in consultation, that they must supply enough to the market. And I just want to acknowledge the leadership of the current central bank chairman for them now allowing for adequate supply to the market. And so that's another conversation. But let me appreciate Total and Exxon also. They've given indication to government and our country for a look at possible immediate solution to bring in more fuel to supply a local market. So that's another gain on the side, but not directly related to PNG LNG, but let me appreciate Total for also indicating support. So ladies and gentlemen, on the upside, our second LNG project on target. When this is complete and first gas for Papua LNG starts in 2027, our country will now have 2 LNG projects running side by side, producing in excess of total reserve or proven reserve, supplying this 2 LNG project in excess of 12 TCF of gas in our country. And this is good news for our country. It secures consistent revenue for our economy, for the next, at least minimum, for the next 30 to 40 years. That is what it means. And I just want to appreciate, all in all, everyone who had a hand to make this moment possible. FEED now, I look forward to FID in 12 months, or less than 12 months. And hopefully when FID is complete, we are on the construction drive to ensure we realize first gas by 2027. I just want to also appreciate, from lessons we've learned in PNG LNG, I want to appreciate Papua LNG co-partners and the leaders of Total. We're now working with DP to ensure social mapping is fully completed. We're working to ensure that the landowner issues and provincial government issues are fully covered. And the 1 year or so between FEED and FID, we want to consult provincial governments and landowners at the very earliest. You're not uncomplicated like PNG LNG, you're better settled. And I just want to ask all the Hawaiians and all the motuels. Motuels, we already know the structure. We're running through established corridor of LNG beneficiaries. So the structure is almost fixed, but any issues you have in as far as benefit split, Minister Ku and the team will work with you so that we get to clear them out. But for the Gulf landowners and Kikori, Hawaiian people up there, I just say thank you very much. I want to give you fullest assurance. Your government, knowing that this is coming up, being responsible, we already put in 50 million kina in this year's budget to have an engagement with yourself, and we will work with both Central Province and Gulf, and more importantly, with the landowners on the ground to ensure your issues ahead. So that by the time we come around for FID, hopefully we have fully retired all issues dealing with landowners and provincial government, so we don't carry on some of those weaknesses into a full project that is operational. We go straight into a better project in as far as Papua LNG is concerned, because lessons learned from PNG LNG is there for us to improve on and work on. I want to appreciate all partners. Papua LNG, thank you very much. Once again, Total Energies. And I want to also place on record today, it will be unfair of me not to mention, but thank you for parting ways with 2%. I thought some others in the partnership would have done it, but you stepped up and you did it for the sake of the project. Let me say thank you very much. And for those who need to know that because of the synergy or unitization of the two projects, especially in the downstream area, full clearance must be given by PNG LNG project partners. And JX Nippon was the odd one out. They were not partners in Papua LNG. And so to use the assets and the facilities in the Kosan Bay, JX Nippon's clearance was needed. And so Total had to part way with 2%. JX Nippon, let me also appreciate your presence, your patience. When I was meeting your Prime Minister, Japanese Prime Minister in Japan, he told me he needed extra energy. Total has given you now extra 2%. May you be the lobbyist for market in Japan and you secure the market for us. Now, Papua New Guinea, let me appreciate the project we have sanctioned here, and I'll be finished very quickly. Our gas project, and let me contextualize it from a global perspective. These two projects, PNG LNG Papua, put together 12 TCF, 13 TCFs. The stranded fields we have combined as proven as we have today, possibly just under 20 TCF. Total's got 80 TCF in Mozambique. They came from Mozambique and they're here with us doing this project, first in Mozambique. When we speak, let's speak with context. We are not the only gas-owning nation on the face of planet Earth. They're here with us. We can push as much as we can push to the ceiling of where our legal framework allows us to. But once we hit that ceiling, we work with our investors to ensure we work and move forward to benefit from the gains of the LNG project. PNG LNG project, when it came into our shores, our economy was a 31.5 billion kina economy in 2008. At the backdrop of a $19 billion construction of PNG LNG, we were able to move our economy from PNG LNG alone to about 60, 70 billion kina economy. Today, as we work with the project partners of Papua LNG, we're working to optimize local content. We're working to optimize, and this morning again, I don't know what I did indicate earlier, but Total has given commitment to train more Papua New Guineans, starting from the project area, local landowners, Gulf, Central, and outside to the rest of our country, to train more Papua New Guineans because we impress upon them. I don't want people from outside that's flown in where Papua New Guineans can do the job, let's train them and give them the job. And so they've given us more commitments. So as we optimize local content, as we optimize spin-off opportunities from this project, I believe firmly this $10 billion LNG project and the oncoming project, Penang LNG, the construction will take place right after Papua LNG construction closes in 27. We will then proceed to the construction of Penang LNG that we sequenced deliberately to have construction activities running from 2024 all the way to 2031, 32, thereabouts. Papua New Guinea will see unprecedented 8 years of construction dollars convert to kina in our country for the next 8 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not an imbecile or amateur running this country. I grew up in the LNG industry. I grew up in the mining industry. I know exactly what I'm doing for my country. And I can sniff a mile off good investors from bad investors. Investors like Total and Exxon are world-class good investors we already have in our country. We win some, they win some. At the end of the day, everybody walks away happy. Papua LNG, and I just want to appreciate the Honorary government at the sunset of their life. Being 8 years in government, knowing that government's life will be squeezed out of them, they delivered this project. We are honoring this project. We delivered all the legislations that need to be passed. We're working on all these subsidiary agreements in between now and first case to ensure this project gets delivered. And I want to appreciate both Total and Exxon, two leaders. You had our worldview in the modern PNG going forward. Government, Kumul, and MRDC, provincial governments and landowners are project securities. When you take PNG people, including landowners and provincial government, when you take Kumul and MRDC with you, you're securing this country's future and you're securing the project as we progress into the future. Our government and Papua New Guinea's relationship in the APEC community and the world around us, especially Asian marketplace, has far better competitive advantage for you investors. When I went to China, I wasn't there going to play golf. They don't play golf there. I sold 3 million metric tons of gas from Papua LNG in conversation with the highest Chinese leadership. When I went to Japan, I sold our country's Papua LNG and Penang LNG to the Japanese marketplace, speaking at the leadership at the very highest. So to Total and to ExxonMobil, you are in good company. We can find market for you. We can do everything possible to support you. My only request, take my landowners and my country with you.
Thank you.
To Santos, you and me have some work to do. Let's get to work. Let's have this project in that. All right, thank you very much. Well done. I look forward to everybody.